Hey guys, Ed here, and it's 2016, holy shit. Um, I made one of these videos last year, and I figured, I might as well make another one this year. Apologies if this isn't actually uploaded on January 1st. My work schedule has been crazy now that I'm working full-time. I'm going to get into that in a minute, more at the end of the video, but apologies if this is a little bit late. But yeah, so I figure, even though I haven't done videos and I haven't done everything that I normally used to do on YouTube, I might as well do a showcase showing off everything that I made this year and kind of talking about some of them for my YouTube audience, and just kind of a recap of everything that I did this year. I did this last year, it was fun, and I think I might as well do it again this year. So let's take a look at what I built. So the first thing I built this year was this. It's the high-grade crossbone. I think this was right around the time when the crossbone came out last January. So I was super, super excited when it was released, and I just needed to do one. It's my favorite mobile suit. It's one of my favorite kits. It's a great kit, and I really wanted to do it. I ended up weathering this one a little bit. As you can see, he's got some chipping and some, battle scarring around him. And I actually started a second one recently. I just have not finished it yet. But yeah, I've been meaning to do another one that's not as beaten up, as you might say. I really don't like this one as much. I also messed up on the shading in several areas. And this was a paint job that I used with, I think this was the last thing I did with enamels. I switched over to Mr. Color after a New York City trip that I took right after making this. So, yeah, that was the first thing I did. And while I love Crossbone, I would really like to do another one that is kind of more clean, I guess, even though I am a huge fan of weathered builds. I kind of tried to make it look like how it was on the box art, but in my opinion, the shading was off, and I really wanted to do another one, so, yeah. The YouTube audience will remember this guy. This was the second build I made. This is the Dom tropen. I did a Gunpla with that episode on this, and lots of coverage of that everywhere, so I'm sure, if you followed this YouTube channel for more than a year, or around a year, you will have remembered this guy. This was my first episode of Gunpla with Ed, where I showed how to heavily weather something, and this was the only kit that I've actually ever done like this. I haven't done anything that has this this heavy rain-esque weathering style to it. It's got a lot of heavy chipping and rusting and wear effects. So while it's fun and it was a fun video, this isn't actually how I do a lot of weathering. So, upcoming in the next year, I would like to do a video kind of showing how I do all of my weathering now as compared to how I did it in that video, because this is a very, very different piece than what I'm used to doing, and I didn't really mention that in the video. But either way, I like it. It was fun, and like every time I think of it, I don't like it, but every time I pick it up and I look at it, I think, alright, I liked it, it was fun. So yeah, that was the first episode that I did with Gunpla with Ed, and that's actually my most successful video, reaching, I believe it's at 29,000 views or something like that. So apparently people really liked that one. So I really, really want to do more of those episodes, and again, I'm gonna talk about that more at the end, but yeah, so that one was fun. I can't actually remember if I finished this or my next kit first, but I posted images of this one first, so we're gonna go with it. This is the 1/144 scale Zaku Stutzer resin kit from, I got it from E2046. Well, I didn't get it from E2046. Justin's Builds, who gave it to me, got it from E2046. It is an awesome model. I had so much fun with this thing. It is a little rushed, again, because, I'm not 100% all that great with the resin, but it was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoy doing these little 1/144 scale static posed resin kits. They're a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. He took a topple off my shelf, and he's missing one little metal piece that's supposed to go there. But overall, I think he's complete. Also, I had to scratch build the little horn on his head. I don't know if I ever posted that anywhere. But he's a very unique design. I had a lot of fun with this. This one I remember just being so much fun doing. And the colors, I wanted to go with this really light green color. And I remember posting it in my chat. I didn't really know what colors to use to mix it to make it look like that. And my friend Tim suggested mixing like a certain kind of blue and purple and blah 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 together, and I got that, and it turned out really really well. So yeah, I'm really really happy with this one, even though it's not perfect. I'm still happy with it. If you went to Gundam Planet at all this year, you might recognize this guy who was in the display cabinet for a while. This is the MSV 1/144 scale prototype Dom, or Proto Dom. This was the first MSV kit that I have ever completed. My girlfriend got this one for me for Christmas, and I worked on it for months and months and months, and then I finally got it together. I think it was like 3 or 4 months it took me to finish this guy. But he is finished, weathered, chipped. Had a ton of fun doing this one, and this is honestly one of my favorite kits that I did all year. It's very very unique in the way that it goes together, and it's really an experience I think all Gundam modelers should have at some point, putting together one of these vintage MSV, or just a vintage kit in general. They're definitely a trip to see how different things have come, or how different things are with how Bandai makes their models now, with the joints and the details and everything, and then these, and trying to put one together and fixing all the seam lines on it, and it's fun, it's intense, and it's definitely something I think, again, every modeler should experience. Yeah, this was one of my first kits that I put on display. This was on display at Gundam Planet, and they were happy to put it in their case. And this I took home the last time I was in the city. I think it was about a week and a half ago. And I decided that it was time to swap it out for something new. So I will be putting something new into the case there. Probably my GBWC diorama from this year, which I'll be showing off in a minute. But yeah, so this guy has a lot of good memories because it was one of the first models that I've ever had on display in a store. Probably nobody has seen this one. I actually didn't post it anywhere except for like my Facebook pages when I finished it. This is the 1/144 scale resin kit Woundwort from E2046, and I again with the Zaku Stutzer and then doing this, I felt like I rushed. There's a lot of things on here that I'm not too happy with. For example, there's a small bit that broke off inside the gun here, and you can see a little bit of bare resin. There's a couple other spots where you can kind of see bare resin. It honestly just didn't turn out, it's a little dusty. It didn't turn out really the way that I wanted it to. I mean, it did, but it didn't. Aside from a couple flaws, it's alright. I was really unconfident with showing it off. I just felt like I didn't do that good of a job on it. It's shaded with like blue, and I thought, you know, it looked alright, but I don't know. I just decided not to do a photo gallery on it because I didn't want to show off all of its little flaws. Also, the V-fin broke, and that is the V-fin from a completely different Gundam that I just kind of glued on there because the resin V-fin for this thing was absolute garbage. So yeah, it's, you know, I keep looking back on it, and it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing I've ever done. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, and I should be proud of it regardless. But I just didn't post it. So yeah, this is the Woundwort. If you hadn't seen it, a little base. It's a very nice kit. Don't get me wrong. I had lots of fun making it. It was just towards the end I felt discouraged because of how many things on it I felt like I messed up. So there it is. Yada yada. So here is the Transient Gundam, and this is another one that was on display in a store. This was on display at Image Anime in New York City. This was given to me by one of the workers there, who is also one of my very good friends, Darius. D-Amazing, if you know his photography. He gave this to me for helping out with the store when they were doing when they were working at a convention that was very close to my house, actually, in upstate. So they were nearby, and me and my girlfriend went and helped them out, and he gave this to me as kind of a thank you. And I thought, what better way to repay him by putting it into the store. So if that makes any sense. This used to be in the display cabinet at Image Anime. So if you were in the city and you saw this, it was mine. It was fun to do. It's one of my first, not one of my first, it's one of my few, I should say, clean paint jobs. And I really like it. I really like what I did with it. I put this matte finish on all of the blue clear stuff, and I think that looks really cool. I shaded it with like a blue, and it looks very white on camera, and it looks very white in person, standing by itself. But when you put it next to something that has just white Bandai plastic, it looks blue, and it's really weird to see the difference from it here and when it was in the case next to a giant white kit. So yeah. But yeah, so this again, just like the Dom, is coming home for 2015. In 2016, there will be new things in the cabinet there. I'm maybe doing, or probably doing, Cathedral Gundam to them next. So that should be fun. But for now, this guy is coming home for good. And now we're starting to get into the gritty phase, I guess you could say, of this year. I have started doing basically weathering on everything, and I think the descent into that madness began with this gym. This is just a normal high-grade Universal Century gym. I swapped out the hands for HDM hands, painted them up, fixed the seam lines, all that fun stuff. He was pretty fun model to do. I personally enjoy doing older high grades because I like them. The seam lines are easy to fix. There's hardly any masking, and it's not as horrible as everybody says it is. It's just seam lines. That's it. As annoying as they are to fix sometimes, it's so worth it when you fix them and you have a nice little model to fiddle around with. I got this one. I bought this at Gundam Planet, I believe, on my birthday, around the time of my birthday, I don't know. But it's fun. It was a fun model. Definitely looks 1,000 times better with those new hands. And I don't really want to move them too much because the foot broke and the chest is breaking. Not breaking, it just kind of comes off because I didn't glue it in place. But yeah. So that was pretty much the first time I started doing a lot of weathering as a standard on my kits. Just, very, very light stuff, as you can see, just very little light things all around the model. And that kind of has become my norm. Next little guy I did was this gun tank, this high-grade gun tank. This was given to me by my friend Brandon, and I just really, really wanted to do it ASAP. I was really happy with the way I did the weathering and all the streaking, and all that sort of stuff on him, and then when I applied the top coat, it frosted a lot of the Tamiya weathering effect, and this brown stuff that looked great, like mud, turned into white, so it looked like snow or something that just clogged up into the tires. And again, it looked a lot different before I top coated it. Well, not a lot different, but a lot of the stuff that was brown clumps of dirt turned into this weird white stuff. So yeah, there's that, and yeah, this was a lot of fun. Gun-Tank is one of my favorite high grades. It's one of the oldest ones, but it's a classic. It's so much fun to do. Yeah, I was really happy to do this. And I mean, these things are only $10. You got $10. Get one of these, so they're awesome. This by far is hands down my favorite piece that I did all year. This is the Gym Sniper 2 painted in Team Helios colors. Team Helios was a team that was started by Justinius Builds and Cupcake Mecha. two of my very close friends, and it is a build group designated on being about fun and more about positive things in the community rather than shitting on everyone else and being a dickhole. It's a great team. I'm very proud to be on it, and we started in I want to say it was June, July-ish, sometime around summer. But anyway, they asked us all to make one kit in Team Helios colors, and I decided to make this Gym Sniper 2 into Helios colors, because why not? I was actually planning on painting it orange anyway. Right now the joint in the arm is a little broken. I have to fix that, but this is my favorite kit of all year. I did the best shading, the best weathering on it out of all of my models to date. This is like the meta for me. I think it's the best kit that I've ever done, in my opinion. Yeah, not much else to say about it. It's just my favorite kit. I'm really proud of that one. Really proud of that one. Next is this little guy, the high-grade gun cannon. In my effort to make a complete Operation V set, I decided to do the gun cannon, and then while I was working on this, the Revive gun cannon was announced. So, you know, that was great. But regardless, I had a lot of fun with this one. I wanted to make him, I forget what version I saw, but I saw a gun cannon with a shield and a bazooka. Oh, it was it's the SCM version that I have, the SCM EX. It's an action figure that comes with that. It comes with like a combat knife, and it's really cool. It's like in my opinion, I thought that this guy would have had the shield and the bazooka, just like the Gundams, and I thought the gyms would have bazookas too. Maybe they do. I'm not entirely sure, but I thought it made sense. I thought it made sense for him to have the shield and the bazooka. So I modded and customized this guy to have, you know, that. Changed some stuff on him, changed some stuff on the fuel tanks on the back there, made the feet a little different. Yeah, that was about as far as I got with modifications and stuff. I gave him new hands. They're again the same hands that I gave to the gym. Those HD, whatever they're called. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really want to do this version again, but with the Revive gun cannon with the shield and bazooka, because why not? And next up we have the RX-78-2 high-grade Universal Century Reviver. This was a kit that I did with my best friend Jeremy. Came up from New York City for a week and stayed with me. And we decided, instead of going out and romping around and doing this and that, we would just stay in my house and do nothing but build Gunpla. So for a week, we worked on kits together. He worked on his Pale Rider, his Red Rider, and his normal Pale Rider. And I worked on this guy. And this guy also has the magazine upgrade stuff, like the napalm launcher gun, and he's got the beam javelin with his parts. Again, this was one of those kits I tried to shade with blue, and looks kinda alright by itself, but when you put it next to something that's actually white, it turns weird. It looks too blue. So I really want to do another RX. I have one that I'm working on right now that I'm seeing fixing and stuff, so I believe I'm just gonna paint one of those up for one of my first builds of 2016, because this guy, as much fun as it was to make and as much as I love it and treasure the memories in it, it's not the best build I've ever done of an RX. So I really want to do another one that's just kind of white and not blue white. And here's my second favorite build of the year. This is the Zaku I high-grade Universal Century. Originally was Black Tri-Stars. I got this from Gundam Planet. My good buddy Russ sold it to me because the box was damaged and he gave it to me with a deal with another kit. Really was so excited to finally have a Zaku I. I love the Zaku I. And this one definitely takes the cake as one of my favorites that I did all year. I did not just battle scarring on it, I mean like chipping and paintworks and stuff. I actually did physical damage onto it, kind of reminiscent of the goof that I did last year. That was my favorite build of 2014. Yeah, this was my favorite build, or my second favorite build this year. I'm so happy with how this one turned out. I love this one. It's very solid. I did a lot of modifications to the arms so I could fix the seams and paint them easier. I really like that I put the checkered stripes on him. Yeah, he's just one of my favorites. I love this thing. Out of everything that I made this year, I would have to say this was probably my most impressive and my best build, just because of how much time and effort went into this one. As you can see, I made a lot of high grades this year, and I pretty much pumped one out, you know, 1 or 2 a month. And then everything kind of halted when GBWC came around, so for about a month or 2, I didn't do anything but work on this big old diorama here, and this was a lot of fun to do. This was honestly, out of everything that I worked on this year, this was probably the most fun thing I would have to say that I worked on. It was just, it was so different from everything else that I've done. So I'm really happy that I had the chance to do something new, learn how to do landscapes, and learn how to kind of work on real effects, diorama stuff. You know, nothing is great as compared to some of the things I've seen come out of like Japan and some of the other dioramas I saw for GBWC. But I had a lot of fun, and it landed me best small scale. So that is a huge milestone for me. Winning an award for Gunpla was a huge thing that I've always wanted to do, and this was the year that I finally accomplished that goal. And it was one of my more long-term goals that I had set when I was a kid. So being here now and winning something like this is just so huge to me. This piece that I did here was really it's important to me because of what happened with it and how I won an award with it, and it makes me really happy. The 2 kits in it, this I got from Just Gimme Field, and this one I got from Tatsu Coffee when I worked for them. I just never did anything with either one of them, and I figured it was finally time to let them shine. So I didn't even buy new kits or anything for this. I literally just made this with things that I found lying around my house. Well, I did buy a couple things. I bought, you know, the base plate, some spackle to make it, and the trees, but overall, this was made with pretty much just recycled things that friends had gotten me, so that's another important thing. Yeah, this was fun. This was also fun getting it to the convention because I just open carried it. I literally just took it in my hands and carried it to New York Comic Con because I couldn't find a box, and I didn't want a box to like squish this guy. And while yeah, I probably could have taken his arm off or removed his leg pieces, it would have been easier to carry it and blah blah blah. But nah, I just did the ballsy man thing and kind of took it in my hands. But yeah, so as much as I love, you know, the Gym Sniper 2 and the Zaku that I did, I think this has kind of a almost a you know, an unfair advantage of being the favorite thing that I made all year because of just, I mean, it was just so much fun. It was so much fun putting this in GBWC and doing all that. So this piece was really groundbreaking for me, in my opinion. And this will be on display at Gundam Planet in the future. So in 2016, if you're near Gundam Planet and you want to see this baby, stop on by. So, in conclusion, 2015 was a really interesting year, especially for me in Gunpla. I learned a lot. A lot has really changed for me in the ways of making plastic models. If you look where I was in 2012 and 13, I wasn't really doing anything. I was just kind of doing very basic snap building, minor paint work, and not really pushing myself as far as I could go. And now, 2015, well, by the time this video is uploaded again, I'm sorry for it being a bit delayed. 2016, it's just my whole outlook on this hobby has really changed. 2015 was amazing for so many reasons. I have been inducted into a professional, worldwide, semi-professional group of modelers, a modeling team, Team Helios. I won an award. I won Best Small Scale at a GBWC competition. I made my first diorama. I've learned so much about weathering and realism and details, and I'm starting to learn about modding and scribing and all these other things, and it just makes me really, really excited to see what happens in 2016. I've got a lot of ideas. I've got a lot of kits. I've got a lot of stuff coming that I want to talk about. And I will be doing another video very soon. It's going to be another, I know nobody likes watching them, but another update video. I want to talk about a couple ideas that I had for this channel. And I'm probably just going to do them anyway, because why not? So, yeah, again, 2016, I have a ton of, I wouldn't say a ton, but I have some cool stuff that I'm going to do. I really wanted to do more models this year, but, things happen, things get in the way, life gets in the way. So, I'm pretty happy with the amount that I made this year. Another thing that I'd like to mention that I'm, happy with, they're all kind of different colors and different sizes. I was gonna do, I didn't do a single 1/100 this year. There was one that I was working on. Actually, there's a couple that I've been working on, but I did a lot of different colored mobile suits because it was a year of, I changed my paints. I switched from enamels to Mr. Colors lacquers. And I kind of wanted to get different samples and try different things, and try different, tons of different weathering techniques. Pretty much every kit here is weathered a little bit differently. Yeah, I'm really satisfied with how the year turned out. I'd love to know in the comments what you made this year that's awesome. I'm sure there's tons of stuff that you guys have made that's just awesome. And my goal for 2016, again, this is other stuff that I'm going to go over in another video that should be coming within the next week. I really, really want to get back to YouTube because I miss the YouTube community. I miss doing stuff on YouTube. I miss this video, just talking to my camera and rapping about Gundam shit and just, having fun with it. I really miss doing that. My Gunpla with Ed episodes, obviously you guys really like those. I really want to do more of them, and I just really want to get back to YouTube, because YouTube is where I started all of my real Gundam stuff on a social media basis anyway, and I just really want to get back there. So in between working full time and being a busy person, I'm actually going to Mexico in February and doing all this other stuff. I will try to start shooting more videos and doing that sort of stuff for you guys. So that is my goal for 2016. And also it is my goal in 2016 to learn new things, build a couple different scales. I'm probably going to be building a perfect grade at some point, but again, for the 9th time I'm going to go all over that in another video. So yeah, and again, conclusion, 2015 was awesome. I hope you guys had a good 2015, a good Christmas, and a good New Year. I didn't do a Christmas video this year, and I'm really sorry about that. I was just really busy again. Yeah, so that'll be it, guys, and I will catch you all next time.